Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to come to Vancouver. This is the first time I come to this library. As I realized, Tikla said 14 years ago, Iris was here. This is such a wonderful occasion to me, because Iris is very close to me and her father. She called us constantly and wrote numerous letters in letters form or in U.S. mail or emails. So all over the years, this is thousands of mails. This is her wonderful. There's a wonderful relationship between her to her family. So I thought this is a part should be shared with the world, so people will understand her more. Another reason I wanted to write this book is because when Iris died in 2004, her son Christopher, only 2 years old, he will never know his mother. So I thought I should write a complete true story of his mother. The third reason I wanted to write this book is because right after Iris died, there's a number of media coverage in blog and in the newspaper. They're all speculations. And I think I should come out to set the record straight. So this book consists of 20 chapters, 140,000 words. Actually, the original manuscript is 250,000 words. We're just keeping modified, cut down until to this form. But still, it's a thick book. It's over 400 pages. So today, I just want to, this book really touched many topics. So I will summarize into several points. The first one, I think this book was talking of the parents and the children relation. How Iris and her brother interact with us. She was 5. She already started learning Chinese language, how to write and read, until almost all the way to grade school and all the way to in college. Looking back, we feel the reason that Iris later has no identity problem as a minority in U.S. maybe due to the fact that she had been exposed to Chinese culture in her very early years. She was aware of her roots and was proud to be a Chinese American. Another, of course, is the mother and the daughter relationship. There's many letters she wrote to me, and which is so loving and touching. This book also reflects tremendous loving relationship between Iris to me. I was very grateful about this. The third topics I touched in this book is her passion, her reading and writing. Throughout her short life, she constantly reading, and she very disclosed her passion in reading constantly to me. In this book, of course, I talk about the most important part of her life is the 3 books she wrote. In 1995, she published her first book called A Biography of Dr. Chen Xuesen. 2 years later, she published this book. I think everybody knows this book because this is much more famous. She only have 2 years to write. It's because 1997 is 60 years anniversary of the Rape of Nanking, and she and her publisher feel if the book published on the anniversary will be much better for give people more awareness of this atrocity. So she worked very hard. In 1995, the winter, she went to Washington, D.C. and the Yale University library to dig out all the archive materials, letters of missionary during the safety room, all those materials she unearthed. And she also, in the summer in 1995, went to China, interviewed about dozens of survivors. So this have been all recorded here. And of course, the third book she was published is called Chinese American, published in 2003. The second book, because that's the best-known book, After this book published in 1997, she faced many obstacles, pressure. There's many other behind the book story I describe in my book. After she died, people always said, because Iris wrote this book, so that's why she get a depression. My husband and I always think this is not a major reason. In the last 2 chapters, I give some my perspective, what happened, and how she broke down, and how, the untimely death. I'm a biochemist. After she died, I really go through what she went through. I think it's because the side effect of the medication she got from the doctors. The reaction is not as good as as should be. But anyway, this is a part of the book, but a very small part of Iris's life. So actually, I really want to people after read my book really remember how she lived, how she achieved in her 36 years. She was so passionate in pursuit the truth of the history and the justice of this part of this chapter of history. That's what we should remember, not how she died. That's her legacy. The second is her passion about preserving history. In 1997, she wrote to me when she revised this book at the time. And she said, "Dear Mom, lately I have been reading many of world's classic speeches for inspiration. And then she said, words are the only way to preserve the essence of what I saw. What excites me about speeches is that even after the speakers are dead and buried, their spirits live on. This is, to me, is true religion, the best form of life after death." That's really Iris's belief. I think she used to say, the spoken words vanished with the wind. Likewise, the unrecorded life disappears as if it never existed. That's probably why she was worked so hard to preserve the history, to record the true history and the justice for all those voiceless victims. She said, "If there is one thing I have learned from my career as a writer, it is that the surest path to success is to listen to your heart, your own inner passion, while striving to create something of enduring value. Quite often, this means standing alone and forging one's own path." I think, in this sense, I think Iris gave me, she knew she was belonged to the critical minority than the unquestioning majority. So it is the journey she took is a lonely one, but she feel because that she's a stronger and a better person. Speech touched me the most is the one she delivered on June 6, 1998, when she returned to her high school to address to the high school graduate ceremony when she received an award. And that speech was very long. She said, "Please believe in the power of one. One person can make an enormous difference in the world. One person, actually one idea, can start a war, or end one, or subvert an entire power structure." And then he really means you are one individual and can change millions of lives. Think big. Do not limit your vision, and do not ever compromise your dreams or ideas. So I think this is Iris's conviction all her life. So actually, she believed the power of one. I mean, the one person really can make a difference. Because of this, when I go through all her letters and speeches, I was very inspired. And then that's when I started to write this book. And at the time, I know I'm not a trained writer, and English is my second language. I never question I can do it or not I cannot do it, I just go ahead to do it. And then 6 years later, this book was published. And of course, I am very amazed myself, but I think because this is the Irish spirit and her conviction as an inspiration to me, that's how drive me to finish this book. And Iris used to say, I can do it, you can do it. So I really hope this kind of a speech inspire you. Thank you.